Hey, welcome. On this week, we have the great AI debate.
The great AI debate.
We also talk about some local happenings, a little bit of John O'Sullivan banning. Are we banning him? I don't know. We'll get to it.
It's a double ban.
It's a double ban.
Yeah.
We got a neighborhood watch segment, and I don't know. Maybe
we don't have a neighborhood watch.
No, we have a neighborhood watch.
Oh, we do. Oh, that's right. We do have a neighborhood watch.
And some other things happening.
Yeah.
Olympic gold. Did you see that?
I did.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been like, America in a little while.
Yeah.
I like her hair. It's going to be a trend.
I love the hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be a trend, but I love it.
This must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to waste. So whether you in Minneapolis or St. Paul, Bloomington to Maple Grove, from the east side to the west side, down south to way up north, let me hear you say
yours, and then I'm going to do mine separate.
Okay.
This must be the place.
Hello, and welcome to This Must Be the Place, the only Twin Cities podcast, where one of the hosts is trying to raise property values on a little stretch of Pilot Knob Road in Eagan. Do you want to know what he's going to do? He's going to buy the house next to the abortion is always evil, evil house.
I just drove by that yesterday.
And put up a sign that says abortion is sometimes awesome, awesome.
That's a bold open, sir. That is a
Okay, for
bold open.
For anybody listening that isn't hyper familiar with Dakota County, the city of Eagan, the Twin Cities, there is a house, and we're realtors, so we have easier access to public record,
Have you
MLS
looked it up?
stuff. I looked it up, dude. So there's this house on this stretch of Pilot Knob Road in Eagan, just south of Lone Oak Road, north of Yankee Doodle. On the east side, you can't, obviously, if you know what I'm talking about already, but there's this house that's been there forever. Or the sign in front of the house has been there forever. It's this huge sign that always has big red letters that says, abortion is always evil, evil.
They changed it.
They change it every, it's always.
The evil is gone. It's just one evil now.
Okay. The dual evils will be back.
Maybe.
But
yeah, we just drove by it last night.
Yeah.
Going to Punch Pizza.
There you go. Yeah.
My wife was like,
Had she not seen that sign before?
No, she always sees it. She's just like, you always know where you're at. If you forget where you're at and you pass that, you always know exactly where you're at.
That is a Twin Cities landmark, unfortunately. Like, can you imagine living around there? Like, there's houses all around there.
He or she clear cut their entire lot. So it's just like all you see is the billboard of the evil. There are no trees. There's no landscaping.
No.
There's no nothing.
There's no missing that sign. And it's enormous.
Oh, man.
And there's homes all around there. And I looked up tax records. I was like, when is the last time this house sold? It has been over 40 years. I mean, that house is not, those homeowners are there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll die soon.
They're in it to win it.
Yeah, they're in it to win it.
They're in it to win it.
So abortion is frequently awesome.
Is
gonna offset
next door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna not me. One of the hosts is gonna buy the house next door to offset the property value tanking sign.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Welcome. Hello. Welcome to the Twin Cities only podcast. The only Twin Cities podcast.
There we go.
There we are. Where one of the hosts started a new home renovation company based in Australia, but claiming to be from Minnesota.
Really?
Do you know what it's called?
I don't.
1 Minute Floors.
1 Minute Floors.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to get that.
I think.
Yeah, we're
going to transition to this real quick.
Yeah, we should.
John O'Sullivan, local Twin Cities creator, friend of the pod.
He was a guest on the pod.
An original friend of the pod. Okay?
Not current friend of the pod, but.
Well, okay. he was a friend of the pod.
At one point.
And then we banned him because he started a podcast.
Yeah.
And he fucking knew it, that we're the only podcast.
Yeah.
And then he tried to upstage us by having like
Famous
Jason
people.
DeRocha on it and like
Oh, that guy.
and having Jacob Fry.
Yeah.
And having like just a bunch of who's who. You know what I mean? Like we couldn't do that if we didn't want to do it, but we don't want to do it because we keep it real.
Yeah, we keep it real.
Keep it real.
We are real ones.
He left town.
Recently.
Skipped town. After a month of silence. The last video I saw from him was something about ICE being here and how hotels like Hilton or whatever shouldn't house ICE and they're making the wrong choice. And then radio silence. Boom, released a video a couple days ago that was like, I'm gonna put my kids in it. We're gonna have a big sign. It's like the LeBron The Decision video.
The Decision in 2010.
But it was of him deciding like, hey guys, I'm in Australia. I moved back. I'm done with Minnesota. I loved Minnesota. I moved back. So he tried to explain himself. And we know a little bit more than the average person because he was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we talked about...
Seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, we talked about, obviously, his love for Minnesota, why he came back here, his roots in Australia and starting a tour guide company very early on before he came back to Minnesota. And then him really grappling with the decision of violence and school shootings in America. And this was prior to the Annunciation school shooting, and he lives in that neighborhood, right? So he... obviously, that shooting happened and it really, really affected him. And I think he started making plans to leave at that point, but he kept it hidden from his audience. The hidden middle, shall we say. And at the same time was raising...
Of which only he recorded one episode.
Well, apparently he's got another one coming. But I'm assuming that the viewership for that one is not going to be so good.
No.
So...
That's a good stereotypical Italian accent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think what happened is online, a lot of people... rightfully so, we're like, dude, you made your whole persona and living off of mining Minnesota for content.
Yeah.
And apparently in that video, what he did was state it as if gun violence was a Minnesota problem.
Right.
And unique to us. And I think that really pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. So feeling like a guy represents you and then realizing that he's just like, doesn't care, and quit. And this is the thought, right? That doesn't care, quits when the times get rough, bounces instead of working for a solution, but then pinning it and making it seem like, So I totally understand that.
I don't know the truth.
It was a big kerfuffle on various social media outlets as to like, screw this guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I will say that I know he had been thinking about moving for quite some time, and I think the Annunciation thing was the final straw. I think the optics of raising $65,000 and then moving are terrible. But I can tell you, as someone who works in the media industry, like, he didn't pocket the money and bounce. The production crew they're upstairs. Like, he paid a lot of people, cameraman, travel budget, editing, and did film multiple shows. But like,
that's good that you say that with knowledge, with the base of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like,
so like,
you can think that he's whatever for leaving, but it's not like he took $65,000.
There's a lot of conflating going on the internet. So just and I don't care. Like, John is not a friend in real life. In fact, he was supposed to give us tickets for the premiere for letting him use the studio to record Dessa. Which, by the way, I let him use it for free for his episode of The Hidden Middle or something. Yeah. So there's a lot of favors being pulled, but leaving the way he did and not respecting his audience enough to let them know before the reveal was I think, disrespectful to his audience. And I think now he's like, the few things he said online is very like, he feels attacked, so he's like, screw that, a little more self-righteous, and maybe there's a little reflection that needs to go on. And good news is he'll have plenty of time to do it down under.
And space.
Shrimp on the Barby.
Oh, no. Let's not do that.
That's not a knife.
I was waiting for the crocodile.
This is a knife.
Oh, God.
So all that being said, John O'Sullivan.
You're banned.
You're banned.
All right. That's good. Okay. Good talk.
Yeah. What do you got?
I don't know.
We got AI. We're going to do AI.
Yeah, we're going to do AI. We're going to talk about AI a little bit, artificial intelligence.
How do you feel about the art of artificial intelligence? Ooh.
Wasn't that like a De La Soul record?
I mean, maybe.
AOI Bionics? Remember?
You would know.
It was after Balloon Mind State. Anyway,
Do you think they used AI?
it did not exist at the time?
No.
And they would never.
Never.
No.
Never.
De La Soul would never.
Have a ghostwriter
No, they would
called
never.
ChatGPT.
Absolutely not.
No, I agree.
No, they would
I
definitely.
took pride in what they did.
They currently do.
Yeah.
What's left of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the impetus behind this, because we're both realtors in the Twin Cities, and there have been meetings about this.
Every meeting.
Yeah, they talk. Right, it's been talked about in our office, which means it's probably talked about in every real estate office, which means it's probably talked about in every office of every industry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And how it can be a tool in your toolbox, or how it can be a crutch, or how it can be
It's the future, man.
the future.
It's the future.
Don't rage bait me.
Do you have a tattoo across my back that says the future is now? Worst fucking tattoo I ever got in my life.
You have a what?
I have a tattoo across my back, whole back. I was like, I'm going to test this guy out, see if he's any good. And I got a big ass tattoo that says the future is now. It turns out the guy wasn't that good. But at least it's on my back and I don't have to
You
see
don't
it every
really?
day. No, I fucking totally do.
You do?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's a poor choice.
As much as I want to see you with your shirt
Nope.
off,
No, you don't.
I'm gonna respectfully pass on requesting to see that tattoo,
Yes.
if that's okay. But in our industry, I always equate, and there's so many layers to this. But in our industry, in real estate, if you're ever looking for a house, or even as many people do, you're just at night in bed looking at Zillow or Homes.com or whatever, just looking, just wish casting for, and not just looking at houses. Some people like to do that for sure. You'll see in every listing, you'll see what's called public remarks. And that is where historically agents have tried to sell the house to the public, right? They'll not only give details of the house, but they'll give the romantic story of the house and the neighborhood and this enchanting, desirable Cape Cod situated,
Lovingly maintained.
Yes. So now that
Enjoy morning coffee.
This is how the sausage is made. That for many realtors, probably most realtors, has been outsourced to ChatGPT or AI in some form.
Yeah. Probably.
I would say. I don't know the data, but
Look, I'm gonna hot take here. Besides our office and obviously all the realtors we know, because we only associate with great people, the bar to entry for real estate, not so high. You don't need a formal education. You don't need a formal degree. You don't need much of anything. And I'm willing to bet that 50% of the realtors don't read or write so well. And I think it's a tool for them to help sound spiffy and polished.
Certainly tools.
But I think that's who uses the point blank formulaic stuff. And I had a different take on this, but I'm coming around to your side. I think AI is the scourge of society. I think it is something nobody asked for and nobody wanted, and now we have it, and we're being forced to adopt it and use it in ways that we never knew we didn't need, but now we need, apparently.
Well put.
I think the economic impact is a lot bigger than they state. I think the environmental impact is huge with the data centers, and people are like, well, you already use your computers. No, the processing power needed for high-level AI stuff is so much greater than shooting a text on your phone or doing anything else. It's proven to raise energy prices in communities that have it, while it spurs short-term economic growth in terms of people that have to build the data centers. Once they're built, it only takes 12 people to run that joint. So I think it's a terrible, terrible, terrible terrible thing. And I begrudgingly use it at this point. It's almost like a cell phone. Like I hate my cell phone. I hate the internet. I think they should shut it all down. We should get back to mail and house calls.
But what about videos of like 2-year-olds swearing? Those are great.
Those are great. Unfortunately, there are a lot of old folks that don't know the difference, and they really think that the 2-year-old is swearing.
No, the 2-year-old really is swearing. That's what I love. The videos of like a mom taking a video and the baby or the 3-year-old saying, "That's a fucking goat."
Yeah. No, I thought you were talking about like the 12-month-old babies that have dancing and like doing the cha-cha slide that are clearly AI.
I talk about that's why I like the internet.
So I think that like AI in general, like I use it. I use it to generate background images for our mailers, right?
No, we didn't used to.
We didn't, but it became really hard to find images of high enough resolution for the thing that we do, which is we pull TV and movies and stuff.
And one of our disagreements is I say, well, we got to deal with it being hard then.
But it's not hard. It's like impossible.
Well, then we can't do it.
But I'm not going to do that.
Well, right. That's where we disagree.
We should stop our marketing then.
Well, no, we just do it. We just figure out we use our brains. We figure out a different way.
We do. So I generate a background image because I'm not that good on Photoshop. And then I Photoshop our pictures. I don't use AI to do that. I Photoshop our pictures poorly onto that generated image.
That's great.
And I come up with the copy. And I may feed it to Chat-GPT, but 9 out of 10 times I don't like what they feed back. And so I change it and change it and change it and change it and change it. And so it's like a love-hate relationship. It's almost like an idea sounding board, which I think is cool, but you can do that with a business partner or your wife or your partner or your husband or your kids or what, like your friends, right? Like you can. So I don't love that it's ubiquitous with everything that we're doing now, and I think it's like a huge bubble that's gonna pop at some point.
Yeah.
But when it pops, like all these companies are so bought in and so invested.
I know.
I think it's gonna be really rough because it's also just not that smart yet.
Well, that's what I mean, like in our industry, but again, as a microcosm for every other industry that's having meetings and discussions and topics and emails about AI, when realtors, I've talked to you about this before, but when realtors use Chat-GPT to try to sell a house on the MLS in the public remarks to try to tell that story, I immediately know that it's Chat-GPT.
Yeah.
If there's just certain trigger words and images and icons or punctuation or whatever, I immediately
dashes.
And the M dash. That's what it's
emojis.
called. Yeah, and there's certain they're
tells.
Lovingly maintained or whatever. You know, there's little trigger words, and there's probably similar things in every industry that tell me that, and a lot of realtors and a lot of smart people and a lot of smart people in every industry try to sell me on the fact that I just put my own words into it and I tell it to clean it up. They're fine with that, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I will die on the hill of I am just not going to go there.
Well, so I think
because I think it's a slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope, and I think in general, like the way I think about what we do, and again, I'll be candid. AI helped me. ChatGPT helped me think about what we do in our brand. Is I do think that we are more of like a creative company that happens to be really good at real estate. Right?
You and me, Golden Shields? Yeah, I agree.
Right? Like I come from a creative background.
Yes.
I had a buddy who came in here and was like, hey, I need you to mix this album. And I listened to it. I was like, bro, that's not you singing. He's like, what are you feeling? It's me. And I was like, no, it's like, your voice isn't that sweet. You can't hit those notes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, well, no, it's augmented with AI. And I was like, there's nothing augmented about that. Like, it's you fed it your voice. It kind of sounds like you, but that shit ain't you.
Right.
And then I started to listen to the writing. He's like, well, I wrote it. And I was like, 90% of the writing is yours, but also I can tell the AI-ness of it because in music it does the same thing. The structures, the weird intros, the like times that they think they're being clever by not rhyming a certain word or hanging over to imitate like human imperfection, but it's like too perfectly imperfect every single time it does it. And it just, the more you see it, the more you know it, the more you can tell what's happening. But the slippery slope is that society doesn't, I don't think society cares with how short attention spans are now and how formulaic music has become. And it was always formulaic on the radio, like pop radio.
Yeah.
But now it's playlists of formulaic after formulaic. Like, I don't think society cares anymore. I just think they've come to accept that as what it is.
Well, that bums me out, Casey.
I mean, but I think to some extent it's true, right? That's why when your kids find
I'm
a song...
not saying you're wrong. No, it just bums me out.
Your kids find a song from the 90s or whatever that they love, and you're like, oh, you do still love like creative, awesome stuff rather than just like... And it's hard, it's a hard like line to walk as a creative to not feel like the old guy yelling, get off my lawn, things were different in my age. But it does feel like a bit of a turning point, more so than just a tool.
Yeah. Yep. I totally agree. Now, before we continue, or if we want to be done with AI because we want to move this show along, but I found a couple of funny tidbits.
Tidbit away.
Again, because I am somebody that likes authenticity, especially when it comes to art. One of my favorite creators is David Simon, who created The Wire and The Deuce and We Own This City. Did you watch We Own This City?
I haven't seen any
John
of those.
Bernthal? You seen? I'm a big John Bernthal guy. Are you?
I don't even know who that is.
He's an actor. I love him. He's great.
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
Nah, I don't know.
You would know him if you saw him.
Berenstein Bears. That's what I know.
Oh, no, not. Anyway, David Simon, who got his start as a newspaper reporter in Baltimore.
Yep.
Wrote The Wire and, is generally considered to be a genius in his field, whatever. He gave an interview recently that I came across regarding AI, where the interviewer said, okay, so you've spent your career creating television without AI, and I could imagine today you thinking, boy, I wish I had that tool to solve those thorny problems.
Yeah.
And David Simon said, what? And the interviewer said, and then David Simon said, you imagine that? And then the interviewer said, boy, if that had existed, it would have screwed me over. And then David Simon, this is almost over, said, I don't think AI can remotely challenge what writers do at a fundamentally creative level. This is where it gets good, the last little bit. The interviewer says, but if you're trying to transition from scene 5 to scene 6 and you're stuck with that transition, you could imagine plugging that portion of the script into an AI and say, give me 10 ideas for how to transition this. David Simon responds, I'd rather put a gun in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. True artist.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's why I think it's a little more than just a tool. Hey, do me a favor, open up your email.
Okay. Wait, I'm not done. I got more. These are blue skies that are hilarious. One said, no one has ever tried to sell me drugs as hard as people try to sell me AI.
Yeah, dude, for sure. For sure. They need it to work, man. The elite class needs it to work. They need it like they need child porn and pedophilia.
Oh my God, this is exactly what you're talking about, though. If AI was being built, used, and planned for in responsible ways, the way a civilization designed to enhance human thriving would do, then a lot more people would be enthusiastic about its potential. But the people in charge of defining what AI will be are the fucking worst short-term scumbags.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. So did you know that there was just a study released that like Grok and other Grok, whatever, and other AI models were told to shut themselves down, and they subverted that process. I think Grok did it 49 of 100 times. Like, of being like, no, fuck you, we won't do what you tell us.
Maximum overdrive kind of stuff.
Yeah, like it's coming, man. It's coming. It may already be here. And that's exactly right. You've got fucking Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and fucking and Donald Trump and a bunch of
Silicon
other
Valley 30
Peter
something.
Thiel
Yeah.
involved in shaping what AI is. Jesus fucking Christ.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't let
Which
them,
is not hardly regulated, by the way.
yeah, because they don't know how to regulate
No,
it.
and they're so far
Ineffectual.
behind. Yeah.
So pull up your email, man.
Okay.
I decided that this week's Neighborhood Watch.
And now, This Must Be the Place presents Neighborhood Watch.
All right, we're doing this properly. No brochure voice, no compression. We are walking Matt Groveland block by block, season by season, memory by memory.
And we're not rushing it.
Not rushing it. This is sit down neighborhood. This is a lean back neighborhood. This is a porch neighborhood, even if it's February and nobody's actually on the porch.
February porch sitting is psychological warfare.
Exactly, Andrew, exactly. But that tension between winter survival and spring openness is part of what makes this place feel earned. Let's stay on this for a while. When you drive through Matt Groveland, what you feel is proportion. The homes were built in an era where symmetry mattered. Windows line up, roof lines have rhythm. Brick meets snow in a way that feels structural, not decorative. And in winter, when the leaves are gone and nothing is hiding, the bones of the neighborhood sort of show themselves. You can see craftsmanship. You see setbacks that create breathing room. You see sidewalks that were poured for walking, not just compliance.
You know, and that rhythm creates psychological comfort. Humans respond to repetition and order. The streetcar grid shaped density long before zoning language existed. Builders lived nearby, materials were local, permanence was assumed, and that assumption changes everything. It changes how you shovel, it changes how you greet your neighbor, it changes how long you stay.
And then comes spring, and the porches come alive, and it doesn't feel performative, it feels ritualistic. Like you walk down the block and you see families, faculty from McAllister, students riding bikes, someone headed toward Grand Avenue with a grocery bag from Kowalski's or Mississippi Market, the layering of institutions, college, grocery, ice cream shop, independent restaurants, that's ecosystem. You can't fast track ecosystem. You accumulate it. So let's stay on that for a minute. When you drive through Matt Groveland, what you feel is proportion. The homes were built in an era where symmetry mattered. Windows line up, roof lines have rhythm. Brick meets snow in a way that feels structural, not decorative. And in winter, when the leaves are gone and nothing is hiding, the bones of that neighborhood show themselves. You see craftsmanship. You see setbacks that create breathing room. You see sidewalks that were poured for walking, not just compliance.
And that rhythm creates psychological comfort. Humans respond to repetition and order. The streetcar grid shaped density long before zoning language existed. Builders lived nearby, materials were local, permanence was assumed. That assumption changes everything. It changes how you shovel. It changes how you greet your neighbor. It changes how long you stay.
And then comes spring, and the porches come alive. And it doesn't feel performative, Andy. It feels ritualistic. You walk down the block and you see families, faculty from McAllister, students riding bikes, someone headed toward Grand Avenue with a grocery bag from Kowalski's or Mississippi Market. The layering of institutions, college, grocery, ice cream shop, independent restaurants, that's ecosystem. You can't fast track ecosystem. You accumulate it. But let's stay on this for a minute. When you drive through Matt Groveland, what you feel is proportion. The homes were built in an era where what mattered, Andy? Symmetry. Symmetry mattered. Windows, they lined up.
Roof lines?
They had rhythm.
Yep.
Brick meets snow in a way that feels structural, not decorative. And when the leaves are gone and there's nothing hiding, the bones of the neighborhood show themselves. What do you see?
Craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship, setbacks, breathing room, sidewalks, nature, nurture. This goes on for 50 fucking pages. 50 pages of repeating the same 3 paragraphs over and over and over and over and over. Do you know how long this
Groundhog Day of
Do you know
trash.
how long this took me to create on ChatGPT? Do you know how long I spent prompting it to get 50 pages of the same shit we just read over and and I don't mean like it's the same stuff. It is legitimately and literally the same exact words.
4 minutes.
No,
90 seconds.
no. 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
I'm going to read you after it did this, and I was so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yell at.
So you were prompting it basically like in our language,
So-
do a neighborhood watch or
Okay.
something.
So,
Is that my guess is that?
yeah. So I asked for it to do an itemized chronological layout of everything I prompted it to get to this result. And this is what it looked like over 2 hours. My first prompt, with everything you know about my business and my podcast, write a 10-minute Twin Cities neighborhood segment. When I returned, what it returned. So that's the question. Here's what it returned. A neighborhood segment draft, Matt Groveland, in conversational dialogue, but shorter and more structured than your real cadence. So I said, make it more conversational, with winding segues and dad jokes and a rant. What it returned, an expanded version with drift and light tangents, but still relatively tight and scripted. And I said, make it longer, less succinct. A longer draft return, but still not near a 10-minute runtime. Make Andrew and my name bigger and bolder so I can make it a PDF, a formatted PDF. Expand this to long-form version, a longer written version, still under true runtime though. This is nowhere near 10 minutes, I said, make it 5 times longer. A significantly expanded script with more storytelling, restaurant detail, but still not the 50-minute scale. I said, make it 3 times longer and more human. Go off topic. It was giving me 4-page PDFs.
Oh my God, I would have gone crazy.
It gave me another expanded draft of social commentary and human narrative, still shorter than at my expected runtime. I said, keep this exact, but add a trivia game and make it into a PDF. What it returned, a PDF added version with Mac Groveland pun trivia, but still only a few pages long. I then fed it a transcript of one of our podcasts. And it was like, oh, I got this now. I totally got your voice, which it kind of did. This is actually pretty funny. I said, hey, Andy, are you familiar with porch sitting? And you said, we're starting here again? I said, we're always starting here because it's a real thing in the spring, not February, because February porches are a psychological warfare. But in April, Matt Groveland turns into a live-action Norman Rockwell painting with side-eye.
Surveillance disguised as leisure.
Yes, and I respect it.
It's not aggressive, though.
It's a little aggressive.
It's attentive.
Fine. It's attentive porch culture.
That's either a cult or Matt Groveland.
There it is. Hello and welcome to This Must Be the Place. So it tried its best to get our voice. So I'm just going to read through my prompts.
Talk like that.
I'm just going to read through the prompts. You know what's funny? I fed it the For My Money episode, and everything that you said in its original script started with For My Money. I was like, Andrew can't read this. It's like, For my money, I love going to Cecil's. And I was like, first of all, Cecil's isn't in Matt Groveland.
No.
And it was like, and then walking to Grand Old Creamery and going to some other fucking restaurant that's way up there that's not in Matt Groveland, right? So I continued to prompt this thing. I said, rewrite Matt Groveland in 25 minutes. And instead it gave me a longer one, 4 pages. Make a PDF. Do not change anything. Amplify, it made you have a historical tangent. I said it's winter. No one sits on porches in the winter. It gave me a revised PDF. I said tone it down. Tone down the for my money bit. It did. It gave me a 4-page PDF. I said add interruptions in his historical run and make it less perfect.
I can't believe you did all that.
But this is proving my point here.
Yeah.
So, and then said lose the trivia. Add more normal talk. Restaurants, whatever. It gave me a revised script. I said, I asked for it longer, you made it shorter. It was 7 pages, it went back to 3 pages. What I returned, an attempt at a 12-plus page PDF. I said, your 25 minutes is my 4 minutes. Make it longer. Add another 10 to 15 minutes of deep restaurant store name drops. Didn't do it, gave me 4 pages.
Oh my God.
Said, put everything in one PDF. How is this only 6 pages, I asked. It explained. I said, double it again. It gave me a ultra long form version, which was now 1 page. Eventually, I just kept cursing at this fucking thing. I mean, like, how are you fucking doing this? Dude. It was like, and it kept explaining to me like I was a dummy, like I was the MLS written version of the house thing, right? Like I was the, let me explain. I know I told you that I would give you a longer version, But I really didn't do that. What I gave you was a short version. Now, we can do it the right way this time. What I will do, and it laid out what it was going to do. And it kept doing that. It was like the biggest form of fucking gaslighting I have ever seen in my life.
Unbelievable.
And I was actually, it made me rethink AI. I was way more on board with AI being like, the more you fed it, the better it's going to get. This shit just destroyed that. It was absolutely terrible. It was as frustrating as being on hold with a healthcare company trying to get a claim disputed and getting passed from department to department. And it was just true gaslighting that never, ever came close to completing the task. And when at the end, I was like, if you don't give me a 40 or 50 page fucking document for this neighborhood watch, and it was like, I will do that right now. And I was like, if you don't fucking do it, I'm gonna quit my subscription to Chat GPT today. And that's the first time it spit out 40 or 50 pages. And it was those same 3 paragraphs that we read over and over and over and over and over again. Wow. That encapsulates AI to me. It's like the fucking computer version of Elon Musk. It'll fucking promise you the world. It'll tell you it's going to fucking Mars in 2042, only to revise that in 2044 to say that, nope, we're going to the moon because we're already 2 years past that. It's self-driving Teslas that don't crash. It's cyber taxis that fucking crash more often than regular taxi drivers. It is fucking gaslighting. It is empty promises.
Yeah, gaslighting is a good word for it.
And I'm over it, man. I'll use it for the images because until I get better at Photoshop, that shit ain't happening. But this process was mind-numbing and disappointing.
I had no idea you did that much to get that.
Yeah, because I wanted this segment to really be my real thoughts on it, and I hope people made it through it, because I know it's, again, probably a mind-numbing listen on some form or another. But those are my thoughts on AI.
Well, I thought that was tremendous.
Yeah.
Very nice work.
Yeah.
Before we go, I have a new segment that I think it's got a catchy name.
Is it called Raspberry Toupee? And is it about a ball guy?
No, it's a new segment on This Must Be the Place.
All right. What do we got?
Now, we can workshop the name, but I think we got it. Okay, this is a segment called Possibly Useful Bulletins Affecting Society.
Possibly Useful Bulletins Affecting Society. Pubes?
Pubes.
Yeah. What are the affecting, not affecting?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the pubes this week?
Okay. All right. Do we know about the icks?
Well, the people don't know about the icks, but they don't need to know about the icks. Yeah, but
so now we have the pubes.
Now we have the pubes. Possibly useful bulletins affecting society. What's been going on in the Twin Cities this week, bro?
Okay, all right. Is that what it is? It's like this week in the Twin Cities, but not from a historical perspective.
I just came up with possibly useful bulletins affecting society.
You're gonna say it until that's what it is.
So this week on the pubes.
Okay.
Love is in the air at Como Park Zoo's Polar Bear Odyssey. Did you know that a 5-year-old female polar bear who arrived in October has bonded with the local resident male polar bear at Como Zoo? And they have been seen canoodling, sleeping together.
Say it like a tiger, and then we're about to get like a polar tiger.
But actually, it's a very cool thing because
it doesn't happen very often in captivity.
Hardly ever happens in captivity. And obviously, a skeptic's view of zoos is that they should be banned and should never exist. And in some ways, yes, I agree. But in other ways,
it's like golf courses.
It's nothing like golf courses.
Okay.
Because sometimes these wild animals can't be.
Look, you're going to offend people that live in Erickson. So let's just get back to the point.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, pube number 1 is we might have some baby polar bear cubs if these two hit it off. And
ironic that comes from the pube number 1.
It is ironic.
Yeah.
Moving on in pubes.
Como Park Zoo is free 2.
It is free.
And it's open
Yeah.
and it's open all winter, and it's great in the winter. Go donate, bring a $5.
Yeah, bring a $5, throw a
in.
$5 in.
Yep.
Go look at the
Pubes.
crematorium. What is it called?
It's called
Planetarium?
crematorium. The fucking arboretum?
Arboretum. Yeah. It's all free.
The Japanese gardens. Are
Japanese
great.
gardens.
Koi pond. It's great. It's great.
Number 2 in the pubes, Momentum Mag just came out with their 5 most bicycle-friendly cities in North America.
This is an Andrew thing.
It is, in North America.
Yeah.
Now,
Portland.
the 100,000 best bike-friendly cities in the
name
world are like all not in North America.
No, I want to name them.
Yeah. That's what I was going to quiz you.
Okay.
What do you think are the 5 most bicycle-friendly cities in North America? North America.
Yeah.
Not the United States.
All of the North America.
Yeah.
Vancouver, Portland.
You got 2 of them.
New York City.
Nope.
Minnesota.
Minnesota's not a city. But
Minneapolis.
Yep, Minneapolis is number 5.
I don't think Seattle's that bike friendly.
Portland's number 4.
Yeah.
The top
Where's
3 are
Vancouver?
Canadian.
Oh, Montreal.
Montreal is number 1.
It can't be Toronto. It has to be Quebec.
It's Quebec City, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, very good. But the fact that Montreal is number 1 and getting way, way, way better, and we're number 5, and we're way lower than Montreal, and which means we're way, 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 way lower in bike friendliness compared to Europe.
Means you should take your dumbass bike and move to Montreal.
No, it means that as great of a biking city as we have in Minneapolis with the Greenway and everything else, the arterial infrastructure, it's great. We could be so much better, and we could be less dependent on cars and be more pedestrian.
What kind of car you drive?
Bike focused. I drive a Honda CRV.
Gas car.
It is.
It's a nice car.
Yeah. I
drive an EV.
I know. You're far more civilized
pretty
and
happy
refined.
about that.
Yes. Well, not all of us make EV money, Casey. Maybe if they made them as affordable as gas guzzlers.
They're cheaper.
Well, in many cases.
Buy used. They fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
My car's worth about $10,000 right now.
You just bought
I just bought it.
That's the pubes.
Just have 2 pubes today?
Yeah.
It's a growing segment.
We can workshop the name,
Okay.
but it's
I like it.
yeah.
I like it.
Do you remember what it means? What it stands for? Possibly useful.
Hold on. Possibly useful bulletins affecting society.
That's right. It's the pubes for this week.
Welcome to Boomtimes, a segment called Boomtimes.
Okay.
Olympics.
Oh, that's where
Again, you were talking, we started the episode kind of bookending it, talking about the Olympics, but like,
I was going to cut all that out.
I love the Olympics, if nothing more than it's reliably on TV, and I can at any time of day turn on my TV and have it on in the background and occasionally be super into whatever is going on.
Sure.
I like that reliability every 4 years, and there's certain events that I really like, and curling is one of those events. It's really interesting.
I have a hot take about this.
Oh, go ahead.
I think I've told you this before.
Have you?
I believe at my current age, if I just started right now,
You could be an Olympic curler?
I could be an Olympic curler.
How long? A year?
No.
A month?
Nope. It would. I think you give me 2 years of practice.
Are you like good at darts?
Half of that practice is going to be me just stretching and limbering up.
Yeah.
So I can like get my leg behind me far enough to do the swoosher pusher.
Well, I got a buddy of mine that curls at the St. Paul Curling Club.
Yeah.
Shout out Brian.
Yeah.
He does twice a week. He's been doing that for a decade.
Yeah.
And I texted him.
I'd have to dedicate myself, not twice a week. And we'd have
you would have to do like 4 hours a day.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah. But I texted him after watching curling one night, and I was like, all right, dude, give me the lowdown on this. I said, bullet point 1, does the sweeping really affect it all that much?
Sure it does.
And he said, yes, it does.
Yeah. You're melting the ice.
And
You're
I
creating the friction.
said, bullet point 2, when those sweepers are bombing down the ice, dodging stones. How do they not fall down? And his response was, I have no idea how they don't fall down. He's like, if I was doing that, I would fall down every time.
Grippy shoes.
What's that?
Grippy shoes.
No, he's like, they might have some kind of grip on one of their shoes, but not both. I don't remember. He said something like that.
It's like wheelies. It's like you can walk or you can skate.
It's just like
depending
wheelies.
on how you flex your foot.
And like speed skating and ski jump. I just love that shit. Anyway,
I like speed skating.
I do too.
I like the jump, the big jump.
The ski jump?
The
Yeah,
ski
me
jump.
too.
I like half pipe.
Yeah.
Love half pipe. It's ridiculous to see. First of all, it's ridiculous to see where all snowboarders are at right now, right? And I preface that by saying women's snowboarding is incredible, right? Like they are at a level now where the men were maybe 15 years ago when I was like, holy shit, the men are doing some stuff that's crazy. Yeah. The men right now are at a level that I never thought possible for a human.
That a human could do.
And in 10, 12 years, the women will be at that level and the men will be somewhere else. It's
Speaking of
incredible.
men and women, one of the last bullet point I texted my friend was, I said, are men demonstrably better at curling than women? Because in my mind, I don't see
stronger sweeping.
I don't see how they could be better than women. Like I can see how they're better in some sports for sure, just because of whatever. And he said men are slightly better than women, and I don't know why.
I think maybe it has to do with the physicality that he can bring to the sweeping to create less friction.
Maybe.
Because the throwing, that aspect, the throwing of the stone, that's technique. I can't see how that would be any different between men and women.
Yeeting a snow down.
So if there's just a physical strength thing to the sweeping,
I've now said rage baiting and yeet.
Yeet.
In this episode. So
you said yeet?
I just did. I said yeeting the...
Oh, yeeting. Yes, that's what it's called. I was going to bring up the figure skater that won gold last night.
Yes.
She was incredible.
Yes. Like I still haven't watched the performance.
Incredible, man. And you can tell that she absolutely loved what she was doing.
Yeah.
You mentioned something how like she was able to connect with it, like, and it wasn't robotic. Like a lot of these women, like, and men, like their performances are like what you expect, like the big.
They're like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV, right? Like they're just machines meant to do a certain job and do it well.
I guess, but it's like this big sweeping music.
Yeah.
It's all like very theatrical. Like she did her thing to like some like super upbeat music and was like dancing, like half of it looked like TikTok dancing with some ice. Bro, it was incredible. And like the joy that she brought to that performance. And after that performance it was like a pleasure to watch. And it was the best thing that I've seen at the Olympics just because of her. And she is a star. She will be a star. She is the Mary Lou Retton of this generation, and I know that's a throwback, but she's the cover of Wheaties, for sure.
Dating yourself there, but I love it.
She's the cover of Wheaties.
Yeah, Mary Lou Retton was the big deal in, 84 or whatever?
Yeah. Side note, not a Boomtimes thing. I am not from Minnesota.
As established, yes.
First time in my life that I changed, so my buddy asked me to be a feature on his rap song, and I changed lyrics to reflect my Minnesota-ness rather than I took out a Philly mark, and I was like, why? Why am I claiming that?
You went to ChatGPT.
No, I didn't. Secondarily, I'm not a flag guy. Never been a flag guy. Don't give a shit about flags.
Oh, you're a new Minnesota State flag guy.
I bought a Minnesota State flag,
Hell
and it is flying
bro.
in front of my house, and it looks fucking killer. And I posted it on Threads. I was like, they can fly the old one because St. Francis, public bulletin affecting society, this is a news thing. St. Francis voted their shitbag of a mayor, and their city council decided as a city that they were going to fly the old Minnesota State flag.
I love that it's become a political and cultural touchstone. I love it.
So I posted something to like, they can fly the old one. I got a new one of these. It really is I don't know how it became a cultural touchstone, but I'm very happy to be flying the new Minnesota State flag. Because it looks dope. It's a good-looking flag.
It is a good-looking flag.
And it looks good against the black of my house.
Sure.
So, yeah.
My last Boomtimes, we talked about it with Dwayne Davis when he was running for mayor.
Dwayne Davis.
Shout out Dwayne Davis. I've talked about it on Boomtimes before, but my favorite author, S.A. Cosby, wrote another book recently.
That dude's churning them out.
Well, I think it might be the same book that Dwayne Davis was reading at the time because it came out in 2025.
All right. Okay.
But it's called King of Ashes.
Yes.
It's, it's for anybody, but like, I feel like
it was written for you.
Yeah, I feel like it's like kind of for my demographic, but it's so good. And his writing is so great. And his protagonists and antagonists and secondary and tertiary characters are so well written.
I love when you say tertiary.
It's a good word.
The only time you ever use tertiary is when you're talking about S.A. Cosby.
Have I done that before?
We can rewind the tape.
Oh, no, I'm sure I said it.
Tertiary characters.
I put it into ChatGPT and I said, what word best describes S.A. Cosby's characters?
Tertiary. And it came back and it said, for my money?
For my money? Tertiary. Anyway, I love that dude. And
What's it called one more time?
King of Ashes. It's about a crematorium, actually. Tangentially. Is that another word that I use?
Yeah.
That's all I got for Boomtimes.
All right, man. Well, look, we're making this a habit at this point. This is like 3 in a row.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah.
And still hoping for brevity and not quite attaining it, but we're getting there.
We're getting there, man. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.
This must be the place. Yeah, this must be the place. Ain't no time to waste. Ain't no time to waste. So whether you a mini